Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my practicing the piano tips / Q&A vlog. If you haven't seen part 1 already, go check that out. We're going to be continuing our discussion on practice tips. I got questions from some of you guys on Instagram and I'm just here answering them and offering some practice tips. And I am doing my best to be thorough, but it's kind of hard to do in a short video. So if there's any topic that you're interested in seeing like a full video on, let me know and I will make one for you. Alright, so the first question for this vlog is, how do you apportion time between various elements such as scales, arpeggios, exercises, etc.? I might be a really horrible pianist for admitting this, but I don't really practice my scales that much. My teachers growing up didn't really enforce that I learn scales. So like I know them, but like I don't practice them very much. I don't really like playing them. But they are important because they help teach you fingerings, they help you get used to key centers, they help teach music theory. I always made my students do scales, but as far as how I personally manage my practice time, I don't spend a whole lot of time working on scales and arpeggios and such. I usually just go straight into my repertoire. All right, next question is, how do you master dynamics on a fast piece? So this kind of ties a lot into your physical body. Playing the piano is not just about your fingers, it's not just about your arms, it's not just about your feet for the pedal, but it's actually a whole body sport. And when you're playing a fast piece, it can be hard to do dynamics if you're really tense in your shoulders and your arms. So my suggestion to you, if you're having issues getting dynamics on a fast piece, the first thing you need to do is slow it down and really just kind of analyze how you're feeling. Are your shoulders in a state of living up here while you're playing? It's not very comfortable, but I used to do that until my teachers made me aware of the fact that I played with my shoulders up here. As you're slowing down, release the tension and use like the weight of your arm to create dynamics. It's the same idea with any piece regardless of how fast or slow it is. If you can use gravity to help you create dynamics, that's the best way to go. We don't want to be pushing to make dynamics, and that's probably where the issue is in coming in with fast music and dynamics. You don't want to push to make the dynamics. You want to drop into the keyboard. You want to let gravity do the work for you so that even if it's fast, you can still get those dynamics in. So slow it down, evaluate any physical tension, and if there is any tension, release it. Let gravity do the work. Let your arms drop into the keyboards rather than push into the keyboards. The next question, how to overcome stage fright and practice efficiently. This question is twofold. The first, how to overcome stage fright. I could talk on and on and on about this, but I won't for right now. Stage fright is just something that gets easier with time as you perform in public more. You can overcome the stage fright by putting yourself out there, and it's scary and it's uncomfortable. I used to be really anxious about playing in front of people, really truly, until I finally just realized that, you know, their opinions of my music, it doesn't really matter. What matters is how you feel about it. If you feel good about what you're doing, then keep doing it. That's all I'm gonna say on that for now, but if you want more, let me know. Okay, and the other part of this question was how to practice efficiently. Oh boy, I could go on about this too. It is important to make sure that you stay on task. It's really easy to kind of get focused on playing what you know and practicing the music that you know already, but you want to avoid that. Don't get stuck in playing what you know only. It's important to go in and work on the new stuff. I say as far as practicing efficiently goes, as long as you are motivated and in your practicing, you are making progress on what you're supposed to be doing, then that is efficient. Okay, we're gonna do one last question for part 2, and then we'll do the rest in part 3 coming soon. The last question is, how much should you practice? There's not a right answer to this question. I mean, I guess maybe there is a right answer to this question, but this is a hard question to answer because it depends on a lot of factors. It depends on what your goals are. It depends on what your level is. It depends on the difficulty of pieces. If you are at an advanced level and your goal is to put on a recital, you know, in 6 months, then you should be practicing several hours a day. But if you are more at a beginner level or like beginner intermediate level, then I would suggest setting aside, you know, 30 minutes to an hour a day to practice. And of course, it depends on your schedule, it depends on a lot of different factors, but the correct answer to the question, how much should you practice, as long as you're practicing efficiently, then it doesn't really matter technically how long you practice. Smart practice is better than more practicing. So if you can kind of hone in on what you're doing, if you have clearly set goals, if you can break your music down into small chunks and keep continually working on it, then the time doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, hope you enjoyed that video. Go check out part 1 and stay tuned for part 3. If you liked the video, let me know. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Come say hi to me on my socials. I love meeting people from all over the place, and I'll see you next time. Bye.